Today, we are dining with John Wayne Gacy, and this is his last meal. John Wayne Gacy was convicted of 33 counts of murder and executed in the state of Illinois in 1994 by lethal injection. Well, let's start at the beginning. He landed a job as a mortuary attendant for 3 months, during which time he embalmed bodies and occasionally served as a pallbearer. He slept behind the embalming room at nights and later confessed that one time he climbed into the casket and embraced and caressed the body of a young male. In August 1967, Gacy sexually assaulted the 15-year-old son of a fellow JC's member. Gacy lured the boy to his home with the promise of showing him stag films. Gacy gave the boy alcohol and proceeded to engage him sexually. Gacy would go on to abuse several more youths in the area. In March of 1968, the first young boy finally disclosed the abuse to his father, who called the police, and Gacy was quickly arrested. And on May 10th, he was indicted on charges of sodomy. Gacy, who was sentenced to 10 years in jail for the sodomy charge, served 18 months and was released for being a model prisoner. Shortly after, Gacy bought the now infamous house at 8213 West Somerdale Avenue. His general modus operandi was to lure young men to his home with the promise of drugs, employment, or sex. Occasionally, he would use force or impersonate a police officer. Once inside his home, he would offer the men drugs and alcohol. After he felt like he gained their trust, he would bring out a pair of handcuffs and show them a magic trick. Cuffing his own hands behind his back, he would free himself with a hidden key, and then he would offer to show them how to do the trick by performing it on them. Once the men were restrained in the cuffs, Gacy would sexually assault and torture them. Gacy confessed to police in the early morning hours of December 22nd to the murder of approximately 30 young men. On the morning of March 12th, after deliberating for only 1 hour and 15 minutes, the jury found Gacy guilty on 33 counts of murder. Gacy was sentenced to death for each of the 33 murders. Gacy spent the next 14 years on death row at Menard Correctional Center. On the morning of May 9th, 1994, Gacy was transferred to Statesville Correctional Center to be executed in the early hours of the following day. At 12:40 a.m., they began to induce the lethal injection, but due to a medical malfunction, the chemicals solidified and clogged the IV tube. Inexperienced prison officials were blamed, but prosecuting attorney William Kunkel said he got a much easier death than any of his victims. After an agonizing 18 full minutes, John Wayne Gacy was finally pronounced dead at 12:58 a.m. He asked for a bucket of KFC, French fries, a dozen fried shrimp, fresh strawberries, and a Diet Coke as his last meal.